I should just go out right now and be like, oh yes, you are lucky. Hello, welcome back to Vintage Splendor. I'm Annette, and today we are continuing our style obsession with 90s American style. Over the last few weeks, I went into what that style and that aesthetic means to me and some of the essentials for bringing that look into your fall wardrobe. Went shopping at Crossroads and Savers, and I bought some really great pieces, and today I am going to style up those pieces, but also some other great essentials that I have in my closet, because let's be real, I have a lot of great pieces in my closet, and I want to show you, okay, this is how you can take certain elements of newly thrifted or vintage pieces, but also I'm sure you have some really great pieces in your wardrobe that just need to be styled up a little bit differently if you are trying to emulate that 90s American style. Because as you know, I think that preppy equestrian a la Ralph Lauren, or even the classical minimalism that CBK is the face of, essentially, are my ideal vibes for fall. And that is the one thing that keeps me going during these chillier months in LA. And I get it, like chilly in LA is like 75 degrees, but a fashion girl can dream. Also, I don't know, is this the first time I've debuted my natural curls on this channel? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this is what my hair looks like. It's not necessarily the CBK vibe, but you're gonna work with me. So let's go in the closet, and I want to start by styling up the pieces that I recently bought because I found a lot of good stuff. Okay, when I was at Savers, I found this men's Tommy Hilfiger button down, blue and white stripe, and I said I was gonna style it up with these really great red wool trousers. So for this look, I am thinking of maybe styling it up just like slightly elevated. I want it to feel casual, I want it to feel preppy, but I also want it to feel like 90s working gal. Maybe she works at Ralph Lauren, or maybe she's just a suburban mom taking her kids to school. But I want it to feel a little bit more modern than straight up 90s. So I am gonna add in my Manolos. I think the leopard print does add that edge that I think is sometimes missing from this style aesthetic, but it's very much what I like to add to every outfit, is like something unexpected. So I'm gonna grab this, and I think I want to add that blue sweater that I picked up at Crossroads, because having a sweater over the shoulders is an essential look. Okay, so if you remember, I picked this up in the men's clothing rack, and I think it's like the perfect fit. Reminder, shop the entire store, especially for this aesthetic, whether you're literally at a thrift store, consignment store, look for the men's department because you will find essentials there. Okay, I'm gonna pull this outfit together. I will need a belt because a belt is a must for this look. You know, I like to say the accessories make and really pull together an outfit, can really make an outfit feel a little bit more edgy, stylish, unique, simple, whatever you're going for. The accessories do make the difference. So I would say typically I would wear this belt. This is Brighton Collectibles, and it's probably the best $3 that I've ever spent. I found this at a charity shop in Palm Desert. It's one of my favorites. I love it. But I think for this look, I want to go for a more minimalist look. If you've ever seen that movie Best in Show, Parker Posey's character is like the epitome of a yuppie, and I feel like that's kind of what I'm channeling, but I need to maintain my level of Annette flavors, so that's why I'm keeping the leopard boots. So I'm gonna add this belt. Let me show you what it's like. So this belt is vintage Joan and David. Look at that. I love finding pieces like this. This I found at a rummage sale in Pasadena Let me just tell you, Pasadena knows how to rummage sale. We always have them. There's so many nonprofits. They're constantly doing sales. This is really great. Dark brown, embossed leather. And then on the buckle, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but right there it says made in Italy. So it's like a perfect like example of when fashion was so great and so thoughtful. 90s. So this is the belt I'm gonna add. Like I said, I like to have these like little aesthetics seasonally, because it really pushes the boundaries of what I would typically wear, but it's also just fun. And guess what? I also like to repeat outfits. So if this outfit looks really, really cute, guess what? Next time I'm just gonna wear it with another belt, another pair of shoes, but the top and then the trousers will be the same. So just keep that in mind if you're ever in a style rut. Like if you liked an outfit, just like keep the main pieces the same and then just use the accessories to change it up. Okay, so let's put on this outfit. A lot of people ask me what size I wear in men's button downs. Sometimes it's a size medium, sometimes it's a large, sometimes it's XL. I think you just have to try it on, and just depending on the fit that you want. As you can see, I've already rolled up the sleeves of this a lot, because or else the sleeves are just going to be way too long. And I will always tell you this, I love men's button downs. I think the fit is so much more sophisticated and chic than women's button downs. The only annoying thing is you have to button on the opposite side, so that's just really annoying. The other thing is you're just gonna have to get used to the fact that you are gonna be tucking in a ton of material. So with men's button downs, if it's trousers like this, it's really easy. But if I'm wearing something that is much more fitted, I just prefer to have the button down untucked and obviously ironed. Okay, here's the belt. This, I'm not gonna run through the belt loops, and I'm just gonna make it super tight. I just like that the belt doesn't have the belt loops. I don't know, sometimes I feel like that detracts from the belt being a statement and a really great piece. And then we've got the sweater. And literally, this is such an easy outfit. And I feel like I'm ready for 4th of July, but also this looks so good. I am loving this. I feel like this is so much more conservative than I would typically dress, but I'm also loving it because fashion is a way to have fun. It's a way for you to explore different styles and trends. Okay, putting on my shoes, and then let's go in the mirror so we can take a look at this fit. I moved this mirror just so we could get a different angle. Hello. I mean, is she not so cool? This is exactly the vibe I was going for. I love the leopard mules because it does add that just touch of 2025 contemporary feel. And then opting for a men's button down versus a women's shirt, it like has that really nice oversized feel. So I could do the like thicker rolled up sleeves, and then my sweater over the shoulders. This definitely feels very 90s. It feels very Ralph Lauren. And apparently Ralph Lauren Christmas is trending on TikTok. So I guess if you are going to any Ralph Lauren parties, you could dress the part too. Well, this is how I am going to be wearing my thrifted pieces for the everyday plus work. Okay, let's say you are not going thrifting and you're trying to figure out how to recreate this outfit utilizing what you have. If you have a partner, male, who has button down shirts, if you don't have any men's, borrow from the boys. Probably have a leather belt. Any brown tone is always going to look definitely the part for this aesthetic. I wouldn't go with black. And then any wool trousers, even if it's a contemporary brand. I have a couple of trousers from Saison, for example, and I've styled them up for this aesthetic. I think last year I styled up looks inspired by 90s Ralph Lauren ads, so I'm gonna have Sarah drop in. And then just wear mules. You could wear boots. If you are a sneakers gal, you could definitely pull off this look a lot of different ways to make it your own, because again, we're not trying to look like we just stepped out of the 90s. We're trying to take the look and the elements that we love from that era and then apply it to our personal style and 2025. Okay, I'm gonna put on, I think I want to do that drapey black dress because let me tell you, she is a stunner. I came home, I put it on, I was like, OMG. So in case if you weren't sure, this is the dress. Let me show you. So it has that really drapey feel. This almost looks like Norma Kamali. Look at that. In case if you're wondering, I'm still styling up looks for how to wear sequins on Instagram. So if you're not following me there, follow me there. So we're gonna wear this and I'm gonna show you like why you need an LBD, but not one that's boring. I'm like, we don't want that like black wool shift dress. Like we want something that's a stunner but has a point of view. Let's put this on. With this dress, I wanted to feel very CBK as a curly hair brunette. But I wanted, again, to feel very modern, very me. While she would have probably worn black strappy sandals, I think I want to go for my nude stiletto heels, just because I don't wear these ever, and we're at home right now, so I can pull off a 6-inch heel. But this is really going to make it feel, again, just like a nod to CBK, but very much me. I'm gonna put this on, and then for my bag, I think I want to pull out my little black Chanel and then use it as a clutch. So I would typically pull my hair back into a tight ponytail or a low bun, but can't do that with my curly hair. Just need to preserve the curls. Pulling out the Chanel, and I think with this look, depending on how minimalist you want to go, could either do some like diamond studs, rhinestone earrings, Chanel like clip-ons. I'm gonna think about what I want to do for a second. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. Do you see how like instantly like things connect in my brain? So I think what I want to put on are those like horn-shaped rhinestone earrings. I bought those at a vintage store. If any of you remember when Beth did this huge party, found them, and I have worn those earrings so many times. I think at the time it was a bit of a splurge. I think I paid $60 for those earrings, but literally the price per wear is pennies at this point. Let me grab those earrings, let me put them on, let me grab my bag, and I can show you the full look. So these are the earrings. I'm gonna do this one-handed if it's possible. And just like a note about splurge versus save when it comes to thrifting, I have to say if it's jewelry, I actually don't mind splurging a little bit more than, let's say, clothing, because something like this is always going to fit. It's always going to be in style, right? Like it doesn't matter if I was pregnant, if I lose weight, if I gain weight, doesn't matter if I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt or an evening dress. These earrings are going to go with it. They're always going to fit. So that's my reasoning. Obviously, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to spend $20 on a dress because I know it's only going to fill like a tiny little niche or a feeling I'm having at the moment. And then I get like budget conscious and no, I don't want to spend that money. So just a hot tip for you. So Alan and I are celebrating our 13th anniversary. I should just go out right now and be like, oh yes, you are lucky. Well, I am lucky too. But look at how stunning this dress is. How much was it? $24.99. Let me show you the back. It's so sexy. It's, again, a lot of times people ask me like, how do I feel sexy but not super stuffy or conservative? That's why I think it's important to find pieces with a little bit of attitude, with a little bit of edge. This is an LBD, but it is not boring. I'm covered up, it goes right below the knees, which is not what I typically wear either. You know me. I like to show off the goods, but this is so sexy, and this is, again, something I would wear for years and years and years. So the Chanel bag, this is just my crossbody camera bag, but I tucked in the chain, so this is more of a clutch. And then we've got my nude Jimmy Choo pumps, and then the earrings add that really fun touch. So again, if I were going to try and make this a little bit more CBK inspired, I would just do a really sleek ponytail or a bun. but curly hair gals, you can just let your natural hair flow because it looks just as sexy. And then the makeup, I kept it really minimal today. Nude lips, really simple, and that is how you channel that classic Calvin Klein CBK model off duty look for literally $25 from the thrift store. Obviously the accessories bump up that number just a bit, but I've had all these other pieces for years, so again, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get the look at home. I was originally going to style the black slip skirt and the turtleneck, mock neck for another CBK look, but I feel like it's a lot of the same principles and look of this black dress. And also I'm not totally into an all black look. I have worn the slip skirt and the mock neck already, which you'll probably see on YouTube or Instagram. But the piece that I want to style, which I think is so important for this look, ta-da, the rugby shirt. This is what I found at Crossroads along with a blue wool sweater, and a rugby shirt is so important. So originally somebody had asked me what brand this was, and I thought that their size tag was ripped out. So this is, I think, oh, I see a tag. Oh, I love vintage for this reason. It says it's fall 87. Truly vintage, almost as old as I am. And the brand is Stan Ray's, maybe something like that, or Sundays, I don't know. So I just recently shared a reel styling this multiple ways. So I love a rugby shirt. I would recommend, again, going for men's, and you want to go up a couple of sizes. So this is a size medium or a large. It's definitely very loose. It's definitely oversized, but that's the look that you want. And what I want to do is I want to style it like with multiple layers, because as the weather cools down, you want to have fun styling and layering, and I do love some layers. And I am thinking I want to put a turtleneck under this, maybe throw in a coat, maybe do some boots, like just really have fun and like lean into that like weekend super barred from the boys Ivy League prep, because that is why we are here after all. So in terms of the turtleneck, I have a lot of these J. Crew tissue thin turtlenecks. I also have some from H&M. I'm gonna make a plug. So I bought this years ago from H&M. I found this on Tradesy or one of those resale websites because I love the green one so much. I was like, I need it in another color because they're such a great layering piece. J. Crew also has them, but of course J. Crew is not doing like a snake print in different colors. They have more of the solids. Best investment ever, because you can wear them under anything, and I wear mine all the time, especially if you live somewhere like California or Southern California. So I think I want to do stripes. I'm already loving this. And then I think I'm going to do a denim look because I love denim. Okay, I'm going to show you a trick because I have my makeup and hair done, and then I'm going to put on a turtleneck. Throw on a scarf over your hood. I feel like I look like Kim Kardashian when she just recently wore for whatever word. And so I wouldn't typically use that scarf. I have another one, but it's being washed. So I have a scarf specifically for that purpose. Okay, I wanted to share the style tip because, you know, if you have 30 minutes on Fridays, I want to make those minutes count. Okay, so I was putting this on. I was like, why are we going to stop with one layer? I want to try adding in one more layer, and it's going to be a button down, this one. So I did style a look with this under the rugby shirt for Instagram. I feel like I share different types of content on both of the platforms, which I don't know if it's like the best use of my time, but I'm trying to get a little bit more streamlined. Anyways, this is men's, I think you came thrifting with me when I found this, so you know I wear my stuff when I thrift it. So we're gonna do this guy because I just want to, again, make it feel so cool. Okay, we're gonna do one more layer. The crazy part is it's like 80 degrees in LA right now, and it's so hot. But if you live somewhere cold, this is like, and honestly, this does not feel bulky. This is why I like tissue thin turtlenecks, because they add that nice fun layer without you feeling like you're just like really suffocated by your clothes. Okay, so for bottoms, I'm gonna do jeans. I'm trying to find my new like 90s low-rise, but then these are the cinch waist jeans, which I really loved, but I think I want to go for something even more cash and like just show you a super casual outfit, because I think the other two are a bit more dressy and professional, and I'm trying to deliver everything for everyone all the time. So we're gonna do my 90s. These are, I think, my 505s, orange tab Levi's. These are super low rise, kind of like hang down on the hips, but they are cash enough so that I can do probably some sneakers or boots, and then like the look is basically done. A note for the petite gals. Okay, so I struggle with things looking frumpy. I think if you're much taller, you could probably do all of these layers just untucked with flats and feel totally fine. If you're on the petite side, just like play around with kind of doing like a tuck so that it just adds a little bit of visual interest, and then that way you don't have so much material just hanging down. But I mean, I was fine with it hanging all out, but I'm gonna kind of zhuzh this for a minute. But I want to give you this idea because I know I struggle with it, and if I do, I'm sure other people do as well. This last look is definitely much more casual than I think I typically dress, but I do like it because sometimes, let's be real, you gotta be casual because maybe your weekend getaway and maybe you're going to Girl Scout camp with a troop of 16 girls. You're gonna want to be cute but be dressed for the cold weather and hiking 22 miles. Am I speaking from personal experience? Yes. So this is the outfit. I put on my Reeboks. I love these actually. They're really, really comfy. Jeans, and you could wear this like bag if you want to just like chic it up a little bit, like carry something like the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag. If you want to stay super on theme, casual, you can just do a tote. You could even do a baseball hat just to round out the outfit. But as you saw on the reel, I wore this outfit with other jeans and heels, and it just looked totally different, utilizing essentially the same pieces. So this is part of the thing, is you just gotta have fun with the accessories and pulling together looks. So this is the third outfit, and what I want to do is just go in my closet real quick and just run through some of the essential pieces I think you need for this look, and I think all of them you can thrift. You can definitely buy all of them secondhand, and there are certain pieces that I will call out, like the Ralph Lauren blazer, that I think are a must-have. And let's just go back in the closet for a moment. I mentioned the Ralph Lauren blazer. This is a must-have if you love this aesthetic, but if you also just want a really practical piece to throw on over dresses with jeans and a t-shirt, I thrifted this for under $10, and I would say I would without a doubt spend $150 to buy this if something happened to this particular blazer. It's 100% wool. This is always in style, brand new. Ralph Lauren makes this same exact blazer and it's $500. So buy the vintage one, and I would say if you find it, even if it is $150, I would without a doubt spend it, because that's how much I wear it, and you know it's going to be one of those pieces you have forever. Other pieces that I think you could easily thrift or buy secondhand belts. Any color brown belt. Could be cognac leather belt. I showed you my concho belt. Those you could find, again, whether you're at a Savers, Crossroads, or if you're shopping on Poshmark or eBay, anything in a brown tone is really going to help pull this outfit together. And then I think I showed you obviously some of the key pieces that I bought while I was styling these videos could be added to the list. I think other pieces that I have in my closet that you could easily buy to replicate the look. So suede or leather skirt. This is a combination of both. I bought this at Pickwick. I think I paid $50 for this. It's made in Italy. Again, money well spent. Classic, timeless silhouette. The fact that it's leather and suede, so great. And I would wear this with a cowboy boot and even this rugby shirt for something casual, but then I would wear it with heeled boots and maybe a nice cashmere turtleneck just to dress it up a little bit. Obviously you have denim. If you could find niche denim like the ones I have that are Kenny Rogers, buy them. I think I shared on Instagram somebody was selling the same exact jeans that I have for like $500, and I cannot believe it. But then again, you know, we all love our niche denim. So in terms of sweaters, these are not going to be as easy to find at the thrift store, but you just never know. So this one I bought from an estate sale. It is 100% wool, made in Uruguay. It's so cool. Definitely that 90s Ralph Lauren feel. This one I bought at a thrift store in the men's department. So this is 100% new wool, made in Great Britain. I actually bought this for Alan and he did not want to wear it. So I was like, okay, then it's fine. I think I paid $20 for this. So this is another reason why you should shop in the men's department. This you could wear with your jeans, could wear over a turtleneck, over a button down, could wear it over dresses and belt it. And like there's a lot of styling opportunities. Plus it's a practical piece because it'll keep you warm. That concludes my ode to 90s American style for the fall season. I hope I've given you so much inspiration and styling tips, as well as thrifting tips so you could recreate these looks in your own wardrobe. And no matter where you live, just remember, it's really great to take inspiration in some of those key pieces that you like and the style notes, and then add in your own flavor, your own level of spiciness, as I like to add. I am so excited to see what you style. So if you are on YouTube or on Instagram, just tag me, because I really love to see how you take some of these really cool trends or aesthetics and make them you. I have a lot of fun content coming up, so be sure to tune in next Friday for my next video. I'll see you then. Bye.